on here? Okay, there we go. What's going on there for a minute? So, I don't even know if y'all heard me. So I'm gonna start the story over. God bless y'all who did it, but who did already. But here's what I'm gonna say. As in middle school was when I began to realize that while there is a camera on me, on my TV show, that is my life. I was not even the co-star in somebody else's. And that is a very existential feeling to find out. That the TV show you're on ain't the TV show everybody else is on. Shout out to Sean Springer and Ramel Rock Lloyd Sr. because, and I'm saying this because this is not one of those, I got nanny boo boo. No, that's not what this, because I don't know about Sean Springer because I'm not friends with Sean Springer. I should look him up. But I am friends with Rock Lloyd. That's my man. 50 grand always. All right. Good dude, solid man. You know, that's not what this is about. What I'm saying is, Sean Springer in middle school, and he wasn't tall. I mean, Sean was tall for a middle schooler at the time, but Sean wasn't tall. Sean was maybe about 5'8", 5'9", maybe in middle school, 7th, 8th grade. He's about 5'8", 5'9". And Sean Springer, if Sean Springer wasn't dunking, Sean Springer was at least grabbing rim. Sean Springer lived up to his last name. He had Springers. Okay? And I was terrible. I couldn't even dribble a basketball. I couldn't dribble without looking. It still bounced off my foot and ricocheted off and scattered across the basketball, across the gym. I was terrible. And in my neighborhood, you know, my man Rock was an NBA prospect. And he was going, you know, shout out to the Gauchos. He was playing for them. He played for Cardinal Hayes High School in New York City. He was great. He was a great player. Awesome player. And to have him in my neighborhood and come on the court every now and then and show us what the big dogs were really doing was an eye-opener. You know, and the worst part was there was a lot of kids in my neighborhood that were very good at basketball. Okay? And I was not. Not until I listened to what the middle schoolers say now is get good. Excuse me. Get good. When you hear those words as a young child, get good, it does one of two things. It crushes you. Well, three things. It either motivates you, crushes you, or crushes you, then motivates you. I'm the latter. I got crushed, and then I got motivated. Because you're only going to get but so good. How good are you going to get crying about it? This is the mentality I've developed around that time. What good is it me crying about it? What good is it me crying about getting good? It ain't going to help me none. I'm crying, my nose is watering, and just get good. You suck, get good. And what does this have to do with fitness, Julien? Yes, basketball is a part of fitness, but no. One of the things I can't stand is when people are throwing out there all this stuff, all their emotional baggage. Regardless of what the subject matter is, the answer is to get good. I'm not terrible at Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm not the best at it. guess what I gotta do? Get good. Quit crying and whining and pissing and moaning about how it's unfair, how everybody's able to do A, B, C, D, E, and I'm stuck doing X, Y, Z. So what? Get good. That's the only thing you can do is get good. My brother whoops me regularly, okay? In Yu-Gi-Oh! Whoops me regularly. You know what I learned? What I figured to do? Start doing things that he does. Play like him. Start thinking about the game like him. Start measuring things like him. If I want to be as good as him, if not better, get good. Now, I'm at the stage in my life where I could accept that I'm not good, but that's not stopping me from trying to get good. If that makes sense. So people who I hear complain about obesity, who complain, and this is not, and let me make sure we clarify this. This is not, I'm not talking to people who are afflicted with a disease that is debilitating. I'm not talking to people who are on medication that causes them to be obese. I am strictly talking to the people who can get their asses up, take your monkey ass to the gym, and do something about it. As you well know by now, I am not a proponent or a crier of people getting skinny. I am not somebody that wants you to be skinny. Skinny is boring. If you're skinny, cool. But if everybody was skinny, life would be boring. And I'm going to be honest with you, it'll just be boring. But that does not mean you can't get good. Getting good requires you to get your hands dirty. Getting good requires some pain. You know, sometimes when your fingers feel like they're locked because your grip's so tight. Getting good sometimes means being out of breath, getting sweaty, getting funky. Getting good sometimes means you're going to feel pain that you don't want to feel. Every time I'm in the lab and I do a push-up, it hurts. My wrist hurts. But you know what I do? I'm thinking to myself, do you want to get good? Then you better push through this pain and keep going. Now, sometimes the pain is unbearable and you got to stop. I'm not stupid. When the pain becomes so unbearable that I have to stop, I stop. But when I can push just one more push through that pain than I did yesterday, then I just got good. But I'm not satisfied because I'm not good yet. If I was to line myself up with people in the gym and box, I could hold my own, but I'm not winning. I'm not beating people. I'm not going to be able to toy with people while I'm in there. I'm not going to be out thinking people while I'm in there because I'm not good enough yet to. Did you hear what I said? I'm not good enough to. So what am I going to do? Take my gloves and go home? So what am I going to do? I'm going to cry in the car? No. I'm going to do what it takes to get good. Even in my day job, my coworker is phenomenal. She knows her ass from her elbow. Okay? She knows it top to bottom, inside, outside. I'm sure she makes mistakes, and I'm not saying that she's perfect, but I'm saying she makes mistakes, I'm sure, but She's got her act together. She knows what she's doing in there. Do I? To a certain extent. Don't get it twisted. But what else do I need to do if I want to be on her level, if not better? I need to get good. I need to do what it takes to get better. If that's read, do some more research, learn some things, break it all down, and build it back up, absolutely, 100%. And if I'm not willing to do the work, then guess what? Don't cry in the car. Don't cry in the car. You want to know when you're allowed to cry? I'm going to tell you when you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to cry when you're going through it, not when you're standing at the front door. You get to cry on the other, you get to cry at the back door because you walked through the gym. You made it through the gym, and now you're crying at the back door. You finished, and you get to cry because you finished. You don't get to cry because you don't have what somebody else has, and you didn't even make the attempt to even try to get it. My grandmother used to tell me, never to begrudge what somebody has because you never know how they got it. My mother used to yell at me for my grades when I was in high school, specifically when I was in high school. And one of the things that I said to her, she would turn around and say, you can't, you should be getting A's. And I said, you always getting C's. And I said, well, my C's are better than their A's. To the average person, that would sound like I'm being delusional. To the average person, that would sound like I'm being delusional. That my C is better than your A. But let me explain something to you. I know what I did to get my C. I know what I did to get my C. And that the knowledge that I have in my head with my C is equivalent to the knowledge that you have in yours with your A. So I am not going to begrudge somebody for the A that they got versus the C that I got. It's no different than when I was playing basketball. I don't know what people were doing to be able to jump higher, run faster. Knowing what I know now that people take steroids, I'm not saying Rock nor Springer was taking steroids, but what I'm saying is I don't know how they got it. I know how I got mine. Within the world of BBLs and breast augmentation and penile augmentation and steroids and everything else that you can think of, when you're begrudging that man or woman's body, you do not know how they got it. So here's the deal. Get good. And whatever the results is from that, be happy with them. Don't sit back and begrudge the fact that this dude's got 22-inch arms. So? Have you not noticed that a lot of professional wrestlers die of heart attacks in their mid 50s or late 60s? Shoot, Hulk Hogan made it to his 70s, but still, he was on him. Can't tell me Ultimate Warrior wasn't on him. Can't tell me none of those professional wrestlers back then wasn't on it. Well, majority of them, not all of them. Were there guys that wished that they were them? Absolutely. But your hard work is your hard work. So what? You're not washboard. Do you work out? Do you even try? Do you run? Do you jump? Do you skip? Do you play basketball? Do you play football? Do you squat? Do you deadlift? Do you bench press? Do you Olympic snatch and clean? What do you do any of that? If your answer is no, you do not get the right to cry in your car. You don't get the right to cry at the front door of the gym. You get to cry inside, and then you get to cry when you're done. Get good. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Get good. I bet you any money, if you wanted to be good at it, you would bend time and space to be good at it. How do I know? I scored the lowest score you can score in Tiger Woods Golf 2004. I did. Scored a 36. How did I get that good? Paying attention to with meticulous detail. To every nanometer on that screen. To how many times I pressed the button before the swing finished. And was it in line with and in conjunction with the swing mechanism? Did I do it right? Did I even swing the thumbstick straight? All of that. I paid attention to it. Fight night. My wife used to swear up and down I used to have it on easy mode when I used to be playing on GOAT mode. That's how good I got. When it comes to this personal training stuff, I studied it until I couldn't study it anymore. That's how good I got. And even then, I still study it. Because that's how good I'm going to be. But this whole, I'm fat. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't. Not that I don't care about you. I don't want to hear it. I have family members that are wealthy. They do well for themselves. And when I say wealthy, I'm not saying that they're like stinky rich, but they do well for themselves. I've seen what it takes for them to be where they are. I want some of it, but I don't want all of it. And what I mean by that is the amount of stress and the amount of work that is involved in all of that, not for me. I'm not saying that I'm not running a business here. I'm not saying that I'm not legit. But what I'm saying is that to be the, that guy, I'm not, put it like this, I'm not crying in the car. And yes, I have a car. I'm not going to cry in the car. And I'm not going to cry at the front door. I'm going to cry in the building, or I'm going to cry in the back, out the back door, because it's over. So when I see this video that I'm about to pull up, where this black woman is complaining about what Trump is doing, and don't get me wrong, this is not a political show for me. However, I'm playing this for a reason, and I'm going to share my screen with you. I don't know why it insists on doing this. Okay, there we go.
When people talk about black women being obese,
If you're obese, it's not because of your lack of self-care and your inability to shut your mouth.
So America has.
What in the world is happening here?
What's something you'll
when people talk about black women being obese, I hate it because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create. We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate?
You're obese.
So
What's something you'll get a lot of hate? What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you
So, I want you to hear that one more time.
When people talk about black women being obese, I hate it because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create.
Now, true. The conditions, we didn't create the conditions. That's fact. I'm not even going anywhere to say that. It's true. From 1619 up till now, that is true. However, let me break some things down. Are you really regulated to eating chitlins? Are you really regulated to eating McDonald's? Are you really regulated to eating Burger King, Carl's Jr., Popeyes, KFC, Taco Bell, Qdoba's, Chipotle, Wingstop? Is that where is that what you're regulated to, or is that what you want to do? Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, I spent 3.5 hours cooking a meal that is traditional to the culture of my family. Just to have nostalgia of my grandmother and other relatives cooking these things for me, which is quite good, I might add. Not just mine, I'm talking about theirs. However, here is where the rubber meets the road. I spent, me personally, not I waited 3.5 hours for food because my wife cooked. My wife doesn't cook for me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she's working. And her hours that she works, it's not possible for her to even attempt to cook for me. Even if she wanted to, and even if I wanted her to, she cannot. Okay? So I spent 3.5 hours once I got home cooking this fine traditional meal of oxtails for myself and for my wife, but mainly for myself. Because at times I miss my family. Now, does that mean that I get to eat that stuff on the regular? No. I've even talked to my family members about it and say, hey, some of this stuff, we need to let that go. Some of that stuff we need to save for Thanksgiving, Christmas, maybe a holiday or two. But this should not be our everyday eating. This should not be the everyday life. This should not be that, because it will kill us. And when I see a black woman crying about how she's angry because she is being called out for being obese. And the thing is that, you know, the one thing you... My mother won't be able to comment, but I know she's going to laugh when she hears this. If you think, if I know you're trying to get a reaction out of me, you're not going to get it. You're just not. I will literally do everything else but give you that reaction. If you want the reaction where I want to be violent, you want my reaction to where I scream, you want the reaction that I cry, I will do everything else but that. And you mean to tell me that you're going to let society stress you to the point where your body does not respond the way it's supposed to for whatever diet you think you're on? When I know half the time you're not even following the diet? Yes, there is a hormonal response. Cortisol does, in fact, wreck your body. Cortisol does, in fact, put you at a place where you don't shed the pounds so easily. Well, if you are fully aware of that, why are you giving into it? If you know a person is trying to goad you into swinging on them so they could proverbially whoop the cowboy mess out of you, why would you give it to them? Joy comes in the morning. You got work to do. You are literally allowing them for you to delete yourself. That's what you're doing. You are sitting here talking about the healthcare system. True, I gave warnings about the healthcare system all the time. But are you going to allow it to be, or are you going to do things in spite of? I know that Robert F. Kennedy pissed off a lot of us when he turned around and suggested that we be resilient when it comes to racism because it's there. Duh, Batman. We already are resilient. We already know that. We already got it. We are already in our resilient phase. Still could get tired. Knee could buckle. Ankle could retch. Eyes could roll. But that doesn't mean we gave up. We're doing something different. How about doing that? Do something different. You know full well that wherever it is that you're living is not a prime conducive place for you to have healthy meals. Right? What do you think you should do? I am 99% certain that you have family members somewhere that has access to a grocery store. Access to a grocery store. Does that mean that they're going to keep running back and forth and shop for you every two to 3 days? No. It's called get a deep freezer. Get all those nice meats and freeze them. Then go to the bodega or the vegetable stand. I know they have them, fruits and vegetable stands. and buy the fruits and vegetables that you need in your neighborhood so that way you can make what it is that you need to make. Didn't think of that, did you? Oh, you live in the worst part of town and your family members don't want to go there? How about you go to them? Or how about you meet them in the middle? How about y'all meet them at the crossroads of wherever, you know, positive and negative meet. Grab what you need to grab, turn around, and go back home and do what you gotta do. But this, so what you gonna do? Die? Or do you want to live? Do you want to actually spend more money, $300,000 that you don't want to spend on that, or have your health? Which one? Again, affliction aside, we're not talking about affliction. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep playing it.
We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people. And what
If you're obese, it's not because of your lack of self-care.
So America has.
when people talk about black women being obese, I hate it. Because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create.
The blame is not in the conditions. The blame is in your decisions. You chose to do the things you're doing. And I'm not talking, and I promise you by Almighty God, I've done it too. You know what? I'm stressed out. I deserve some ice cream. With the crap y'all put me through today, I deserve some ice cream. You know what? With the crap that y'all put me through today, I deserve me some chips and dip. You know what? With all the crap that y'all put me through today, I deserve some beer. I deserve some wine. I deserve a burger. I deserve chicken wings made by Wingstop. I deserve a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Do you know, with all of this stress that these people put me through, I deserve? I've done it. But guess what? What do you do? What do you do when you're in a life or death situation? A real one. Pew pew in your face. Staring down the barrel. And you got two choices. What are you going to choose? So, are you going to say, I deserve the pint of ice cream, when you know your body is literally dying? Are you still going to choose that pint of ice cream because of the stress that you go through on a regular basis? Or are you going to choose the cup of Greek yogurt? Or are you going to choose the celery sticks? Or are you going to choose the leaner cut of meat? Or are you just going to say, go for it? I'm going to go for the pizza. I'm going to eat the Totino's. That's what I'm going to do.
We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you to.
Yes and no. You dealing with racism, you dealing with the systemic things that come about, right, has some validity to it. Has some validity to it. However, what happened to the other 43% of the black women that are not obese? They might be large, but they're not obese. What happened to them? Did they not experience racism? Did they not experience all the BS that you experienced in your life? Some of them might have grown up upper middle class to rich, but no. Did they not have the microaggressions that you had? I know I've experienced them. I'm telling you, at this point in time in your life, I'm telling you, if you are aware that these particular things are creating the atmosphere for your downfall, why are you participating in it? It's not the diet. It's how you manage your stress. And one of the nicest things about exercise is it's a great stress reliever. I promise you, when I'm done with boxing, I want to go home and sleep. Or at least take a nap. It's God's truth. My coach will tell you, I'm sure he's got pictures of me laying on the mat, flat on my back, drenched in sweat. Why? Because I intend to get good. You think I'm going to let something as small as racism stop me from getting good? You think I'm going to let something as mediocre as a doctor who wants to see me 6 feet under stop me from doing what I need to do? You don't think I'm going to inform myself on what I need to know about my own body before I turn around and confer with someone else, especially my body? You think I'm going to allow that to not happen? You think I'm not going to get good when it comes to what it takes to know about my own body? You've got another thing coming. I'm going to take those $20 and I'm going to go buy the basketball that I damn well wanted in the first place. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to turn around. I know basketballs don't cost $20 anymore, so don't get at me about that. It was about a story back in 1993. But let me tell you, no. When people turn around and say, you're just different, Julien, I'm not different. I'm determined. I'm not different. I'm determined that I'm not going to let it just beat me. It might still win, but I'm not going to let it beat me. I'm not going to just lay there and just take punches because I can't. One of my middle school students got me running now. He officially made me do the one thing that I thought I wasn't going to do again, and that is run. He's got me running. You want to know why he's got me running? I'm going to tell you why. Middle schooler, quite athletic, mind you. Quite the athlete. I'm telling you straight up, quite the athlete. Long, quick, fast, right? Chasing him around that basketball court, I was tired. Handles were sloppy. His handles were sloppy. Clearly could read when I could strip him, but guess what? Mind was there. Body was not. I was the one that used to wear people out. Dribble, 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 run, cut, dribble, cut, dribble, dribble, cut, dribble, dribble, cut, cross, cut, dribble, 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 shoot, lay, whatever. I had it done to me last week, Friday. And instead of getting mad at the kid, I love the kid. The kid is nice. He's a wonderful kid. But instead of hating on him and being mad and now we're having some sort of negative feelings towards him, you know what I said? Guess I gotta go get good. He didn't even have to tell me go get good. Guess I gotta go get good. That's the mindset that you need to have in order to overcome your shortcomings. Pun intended. That is the mentality you need to have in order to overcome your shortcomings. Because if you don't, oh my goodness, you're going to cry so much in the car, you're going to drown in it. Every now and then we get weary, but when the one thing I can't stand is whining. But I can't. This sucks. I can't. If you don't get your behind up and go, I just suck at math. Well, you know what? Albert Einstein didn't talk until he was 4. The Rock had $7 in his pocket when he went back home to live with his mom, with his mom and his dad. Adam Sandler was told he'll never make it in Hollywood. He's a terrible actor. Say what you want about his movies, but I've seen movies where Adam Sandler actually acts. I know the difference between Adam Sandler, the brand, and Adam Sandler, the actor. Adam Sandler can act when he wants to. I'm telling you, this.
What's something you'll get a lot of?
This nonsense right here, I'm not for it. I'm just not. So I'm going to land this plane. If you suck, get good. If life ain't lifing, get one. Do whatever it takes to get one. Stop sitting around crying in your milk about how much you suck. Because let me tell you, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. And I want you to experience the goodness of life through hard work. Because if anything else, beyond anything else, the one thing I will tell you is that my life is worth living because I'm determined to see it to the end. That's my time, people. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Have a nice day. Be the best you. And class is Stoutt. My bad.